Now here you have to fix some life support system. As far as I'm concerned, a few people were pathetic enough to let a bunch of drug dealers take over your colony. You don't deserve my help. Hell, you could probably get more money out of the drug dealers than saving these worthless people. Now this level is basically just tedium. There's a time limit, don't be too afraid of it. What you want to be afraid of is having to pay to replace shit. Because this level, in addition to being tedium, was where the programmers decided, oh hey, the Stinger's really cool on the show. We need to force the player to have to use this fucking tin can in combat, for which it is not designed. This thing has dick for armor, and I mean that literally. They probably skinned, they probably flayed 1,000 men's genitals to create the skin for the Stinger. It's that big a piece of shit. And its gun is certainly nothing to scream about. Unless you're pulling your hair out in frustration because it can't kill anything. And then you have to swim back to the beacon, and then you have to get out the CSTD. Now, this is not what you should do. You should not go back to the beacon. I was just anxious to get this level over with, and wasn't thinking. That doesn't mean you can't replace that piece of the puzzle. It just means you wasted a couple seconds. But anyway, yes. Then you go back to the beacon, you get the dildo out of your ass, and you bring it back to the level, and you get to do it all over again. And there are tons of turrets and other gay shit in this level. And of course they're angled in such a way that it's extremely easy to get hit. And every hit on the Stinger is sometimes up to 25% of its armor rating. At least 15 in most cases. It's never 5. God forbid it actually take off 5 like the speeder. But unlike the previous level, you can be relatively careful. You can not go slow, but you can be cautious. And really it's just that. I mean, it's an errand run. A timed errand run. It's the only level in the game I would say has a decent clock. 10 minutes for this is, in my opinion, given the fact that the level's relatively straightforward, a good amount of time. It's not a giant-ass labyrinth like some. In fact, I would venture to say this is probably the easiest timed mission in the game. But whatever you do, make sure you look around for switches you can either pass through, the little laser beams, or those giant boxes, those giant fuse boxes, because those will open up the next area. If you don't destroy one of those, you might actually lose. Because in that case, you're wasting a hell of a lot of time going back to the beacon, coming back into here, opening a fucking door. And actually, on that note, if you don't destroy everything, if you think, oh hey, I'm gonna be a sneaky little bitch and just grab all the items, that will not win the mission for you. All hostiles must be eliminated. You have to destroy the turrets, you have to destroy the ships. You have to make the colony safe for the future. As if you should give a shit at the end of this. This is one of those cases where when I finished the level, I was almost tempted to blow up the building, but then I realized, oh wait, the important buildings and structures in the game that contain levels can't be killed. Like the battleship. I would gladly see a game over screen if I could blow up that loser-ass battleship.